BlackRock meets with the SEC Crypto Task Force, and you won't believe what the agenda was about. I'll give you the full rundown. BlackRock also updates its Ethereum ETF. This is big as Ethereum's price is starting to move. And a healthcare infrastructure company is using XRP for payments. This is huge adoption news. I'll give you all the details. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, I want to start off by talking about the price of Bitcoin because we had a very big move yesterday to $104,000. So after a strong move like that, Bitcoin is consolidating a bit and it may stay here for a little bit to kind of build support levels and then move up to the next leg. Nothing goes up in a straight line, but we're still on track, still showing a lot of strength here. And on the weekly chart, it looks even more bullish with the RSI continuing to break out on the weekly chart, and the MACD is about to flip to green, giving the bulls the full momentum. So patience is the key here, and we just got to keep watching the charts and following the different metrics. Some of the other metrics I'm looking at, and I actually tweeted out about this today, is tether dominance, so USDT. And what we've seen historically is when that starts to break down, we see major rallies for Bitcoin and altcoins. This happened in Q1 of 2024 with the ETF launch, the Bitcoin ETF's launch, and then the Q4 2024 rally. And now we're starting to see the USDT dominance break down similarly. It hasn't gone all the way down like those rallies. So we're seeing some positive signs here that this is indeed the start of the next leg up and another bullish rally, which will yield us higher prices. But as always, patience is a key. So things are playing out very well here. The other factor is Bitcoin dominance. We saw in Q4 of 2024 that broke down significantly after Bitcoin hit its top and some of these altcoins started rallying. So Bitcoin dominance is starting to break down here. It dropped from about 66% down to about 63%. So if it continues here, it means Bitcoin has its run, but the altcoins are going to steal the show. Rinse and repeat. How many times have we seen this? How many times have I told you guys this, right? And I keep repeating myself because I want you all to understand how the market works and how the rotational liquidity takes place. This doesn't include feelings or emotions or narratives. It's just the data. And that's what I've been pointing you guys to. This is what I've been using to help you understand that we are still in a bull market, despite what the media is saying, despite your feelings and emotions, despite the pullback, tariff this, end of world this, yada, yada. What is the data telling us, right? Because you will see people in the comments say, you're an idiot, it's a bear market, nothing's going up, blah, 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 blah. But they don't share any charts, they don't share any data, right? That's where I always go back to them and say, show me in the chart, show me the data. Where's the on-chain data? Prove me wrong with data, not your emotions. I don't care how you feel today. Tell me what the data is showing us. And folks, we are seeing the same pattern repeating here. So we got to be patient and let this play out. Now, macro investor Raoul Pal and his team at Global Macro Investor shared some updated charts, which includes data about RSI, global liquidity, and much more. These are charts that I follow, and they're pretty accurate. And I mean, they've been really spot on this cycle. So the first is RSI, showing that we were oversold with the market pulling back, and now we are coming out of that oversold zone, and eventually we're going to get into the overbought zone, right? We're going to see the local top of this rally, and that's when you want to start taking profits. So it's the same cycle repeating over and over on the micro as well as the macro. So he provided the global M2 money supply chart, so global liquidity, and Bitcoin is following it to a T. And we still got room for upside. If Bitcoin follows it the same way it has historically, we got room to run. And his chart is showing that Bitcoin could go to about 150 to 160K in that range. No one can call the exact top, and it doesn't mean Bitcoin will absolutely hit that exact number, but it's the range, right? Because that's what we want to be, in the range. We are in the top range, take profits. We are in the bottom range, buy. buy the dip. That is what you want to look at. It's directional, right? So we saw the bottoming out zone with the tariff crash and much more. Now we're coming out of there. There will be a local top zone here. So I will be sharing these updated charts and data points with you so you know where we're at. It's important to know where we're at in the cycle. And he also highlighted the GMI Financial Conditions Index, which Bitcoin is also correlated to. So everything is moving in accordance here, and he provided his Bitcoin cycles banana zone chart, as I'm sure you've all been seeing. So essentially his banana zone is saying this is the start of phase 2, and then the ultimate blow off top will be phase 3, which will come towards the end of the year. That's what he's predicting here. But as always, we will have to pay attention as the market moves forward, because you do have these external factors. You have black swan events. You have, all this tariff stuff that's still hanging around. I'm not saying that it's going to cut the bull market short, but you just never know what could happen. And as educated investors, we want to be risk averse. We want to make sure we're taking profits off the table, so we are walking away from this bull market with money in our pockets. And if something does throw us off the path of what we think may happen, we can at least say we took some profits and we made some money in this bull market. I hope you understand what I'm saying and why it's important to do that, because we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what can happen. Just like no one could have predicted that the tariff situation would cause all markets to crash like it did. So in hindsight, it's easy to say, oh yeah, that happened, but no one knew it was going to happen. And this is where we have to be prepared for all scenarios. But my hope, fingers crossed, knock on wood, it plays out like we've seen historically, and maybe the phase 2 is the local top come June or so, or July. Big correction come August and September. Then the markets start picking up late Q3, and then big rally into Q4 blow off top. It could play out like that. We'll have to wait and see. But the data is what we're going to use, not our gut feeling, not our emotions or how we were feeling today, but what is the data showing us? And it's looking good here so far, guys. Looking really good. And from a yearly perspective, shout out to Rect Capital, who provided this updated chart. In the bull markets, there are 3 years of major green candles for Bitcoin. And this year, we are seeing the third green candle. So the blow off top is expected this year. And of course, 2026 will bring the bear market, in my opinion, how Bitcoin has played out. 2027, we should see the bottoming out. That's the time to be buying, and I will be buying, and I'll be on here telling you guys, like I told you in December 2022 and January 2023, I'm buying. I've shared the receipts, my Bitcoin purchases, and much more. So this thesis has helped me make a really nice amount of money, guys, more money than I've ever dreamed about. And I'm looking to get as much juice out of this orange. And I'm going to also ride this train to the next bull market. And I've told you guys, my plan is to take some of the profits I make in this cycle, bolster up my retirement, pay off some debt, buy some stuff, of course, and then take some of that money and reinvest it as we hit that bloody bear market in 2027 and near that bottom zone, and get ready for the bull market of 2028, the next Bitcoin halving, and that will roll into 2030, rinse and repeat. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I hope you find this valuable. I'm sharing this from my experience, because there was a point I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know where we were at in the cycle. I didn't understand all this stuff, but I took the time to educate myself. I interviewed a lot of hedge fund folks, macro folks, and I sucked up that knowledge, guys, and also been following a lot of expert traders and analysts, and here I am, and I'm trying to share that knowledge with you, so I hope you appreciate that. Folks, with the rally that we saw, $830 million worth of cryptocurrency shorts were liquidated in the past 24 hours. So bears are getting wrecked. I love it. And look, guys, I recommend you stay away from leverage. If you know what you're doing, then go ahead, but just understand the risk. I don't do leverage. I do some swing trading on spot. So for example, I have my long-term hold bags, and then I take a certain amount of cash. So let's say 10K, just as an arbitrary number. I'll go buy some XRP or SWI or Bitcoin, right? Then as the market rallies, I take profits at certain points. So, and then I take those profits and the money and keep reinvesting it and swing trading and growing that pot. Now you got to understand the charts, like I'm sharing with you, to do that. But it's just spot. It's not liquid. I'm not levered up and all that, where I can lose a ton of money and things like that. Because Even if my call is incorrect, I just hold the coins, right? I don't get liquidated where I lose all my coins, like if you're using leverage. So just be careful. A lot of people will point you to leverage, but you got to really know what you're doing to understand that game, and you can get hurt really bad. All right, let's jump into some news, folks. Wellgistics Health to integrate XRP into payment infrastructure. This is huge adoption news for XRP. Haters are crying. You're going to see some people still spread FUD, but this is adoption. I'm about the facts and the charts, so you haters can keep crying in the corner if you want. So Wellgistics Health, a healthcare infrastructure company, will integrate XRP and related technologies into its payment network to streamline transactions between pharmacies, medical suppliers, and prescription medication manufacturers, the company said in an announcement on May 8th. Wellgistics cited the finality of XRP transactions and reduced transaction costs, which are fractions of a penny compared to legacy financial architecture like automated clearinghouse, ACH payments, or wire transfers as reasons for using XRP. Brian Norton, CEO of Wellgistics Health, said in the announcement, "I believe that the future winners in healthcare will not be the companies with the biggest buildings. They will be those with the fastest rails, cleanest data, and most efficient platforms. We are betting on infrastructure, not inertia." The integration of XRP will reduce cross-border friction and allow transactions between different businesses in the supply chain to settle instantly in real time, the announcement reads. This is real world adoption. If you are an XRP holder, this is what you want to see. This is very bullish, and we know XRP has been a big leader when it comes to altcoins. It ran up significantly last year along with Bitcoin, and its chart looks very bullish, and it's my number one holding. My number two is Bitcoin. My number three is Ethereum, and I have other tokens as well. So this is really great news. Now, folks, moving ahead on the Ethereum front, we saw Ethereum has been performing really well. It awoke on its chart after being down significantly. And here, James Seifert tweeted out, amended S1 just dropped for BlackRock's Ethereum ETF. Looks like the main change is added language around allowing for in-kind creation / redemption when approved by the SEC. And James tagged his partner at Bloomberg, Eric Balchunas, saying they expect the SEC approval for in-kind at some point this year. So, folks, if Larry Fink has a ETF for Ethereum, do you think Ethereum is going to underperform? Wake up. It's going to do well. And, you know, one of the things I tweeted out about today is that the herd is down on Ethereum, saying it's dead, it sucks, it's not going to do anything. And they did this for XRP. So market principles and psychology has shown us the market does the opposite of the herd. I believe ETH is going to wake up and perform really well. I've been on record saying that when the SEC approves the staking in the Ethereum ETF, watch the inflows surge because people can get the yield, and that will be a huge incentive. And I think ETH, with its upgrade that it just did and getting more adoption, it's going to do well. I'm calling a 10K ETH, around the 10K ETH. Maybe it tops out at 9, right? But that's what I'm saying. That's not feelings or emotions. That's charts. That's market psychology, what I'm seeing happening. And based on, you know, having factors like the staking approved. And of course, as James is highlighting here, in-kind redemption and creation. So that will be really huge. And look at this. Hunter Horsley of Bitwise Asset Management tweeted out huge flows into Bitwise Ethereum staking ETP in Europe this week. So inflows are surging. And Peter Brandt, a legendary trader, he's had some great calls, even on XRP. He tweeted out the Ethereum chart today saying, I usually go out of my way to not say anything good about ETH. You can call it hating. I guess you are right. But this congestion pattern would support a moonshot. He is spot on. This thing is going to moonshot based on the charts now, right? Not feelings or emotions. I keep reiterating that because there's a lot of people psychologically who are just caught up in emotions and sentiment versus what the hell is on the charts and the adoption and much more. So this is really great. And I'm an ETH holder, so I expect to cash out some nice profits here. And if you look at the chart, ETH breaking out, it still has to claim the 200-day moving average as Bitcoin did, as XRP did, to show that strength. It's important, right? But I think it's going to get there. It's not far from it. And You're seeing a lot of things happening in the market that are going to support it to move higher. Folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Proppy. Proppy is leading the charge with putting real estate on chain. I found Proppy in 2018. I invested in the Pro token in 2018 because I saw they were ahead of the curve in disrupting the real estate industry with blockchain. And folks, you can buy and sell properties on Proppy with crypto. No other platform is offering that. And they have put titles and deeds on the blockchain. They're a Web3 pioneer. They've been operating since 2017, and they have facilitated over $4 billion in transactions. And for the purchasing and sale of properties using crypto, they use Coinbase for their crypto escrow. So Proppy is doing some great things. They've got a great campaign going where you can earn some free Proppy tokens. So if you'd like to learn more, visit the link in the description. Now, folks, look at this. BlackRock met with the crypto task force today. They discussed a variety of topics, and I'm going to read them out for you, folks. It's a lot, so I'm just going to highlight the main topics. First, overview of BlackRock's digital assets product suite. Provide overview of market developments with respect to IBIT, ETH, and BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund BIDL. Wow. Second topic they had discussed with the SEC, staking. Discuss perspectives on treatment of staking, including considerations for facilitating ETPs with staking capabilities. Number 3, tokenization. Discuss considerations for advancing tokenization of securities under a federal securities regulatory framework. Number 4, crypto ETF approval standards. Now, this is pretty long. I'm not going to read through it. Number 5, options on crypto ETPs. Look at what BlackRock, the world's wealthiest asset manager, is doing. Yet there are people out there saying this is a Ponzi, a scam. There are people out there saying the bull market sucks. This is a bear market. This market sucks. I hate it. I'm leaving. And BlackRock is out there talking to the SEC Crypto Task Force about all things crypto. They covered everything. I mean, come on. What are we talking about here, folks? Wake up if you are still on the fence. And I say that with the motive of helping some of you to make some really great returns, maybe life-changing money. Don't miss this opportunity. Obviously, don't be foolish. Don't invest your life savings, and be smart. Do your research, educate yourself. Follow my newsletter, follow my podcast, another great analyst, right? And make sure you understand where we're at in the market and how this all works. It's why I've been showing you guys global liquidity, the DXY, on-chain data, what whales are doing, USDT dominance, Bitcoin dominance that I just showed you guys, right? It's important to understand all these things. Financial literacy and education is so important. And this is such a big opportunity. And I think a lot of people are going to miss it. But those of you who are here and who are doing the research and educating yourself, count yourself lucky. There's a lot of people not paying attention, guys. There are a lot of people would rather go watch TV shows and do other things versus trying to get some financial freedom here. This doesn't have to take over your entire life, obviously, right? We all have lives to live. But if you're trying to change your life, you're trying to make money in the markets, you got to put the work in. This is not going to the casino and playing the slot machine. This is not playing the lottery. You got to put some work in here. Now, folks, look at this news. NASDAQ on Solana vision sees progress with opening bell launch. Now, folks, look at this news. NASDAQ on Solana vision sees progress with opening bell launch. So this is talking about tokenization. So Superstate, the tokenization startup founded by DeFi OG Robert Leshner, announced a new stock tokenization product on Solana and Ethereum this morning. Named Opening Bell, the platform allows companies to natively issue shares on-chain, a notable innovation for tokenized public equities. The Solana-focused holding company Sol Strategies became the platform's first participant. This is incredible, folks. It's what we've been talking about. And as Larry Fink from BlackRock said, tokenization is the future of finance. They're going to put stocks, securities, commodities all on the blockchain, real estate, and much more. This is the way the world is heading. Governments, markets, economies will be powered by blockchain. And you want to bet on the chains that are being used to be tokenized on, right? So Solana, Ethereum are examples here. They're other chains as well. So you want to hold the token of the chains that are getting adoption like this. And this is incredible news. So really, really bullish. And we're going to see more and more of this. there's going to be a whole lot of folks building tokenized platforms. Yesterday, I told you all about Jump Crypto investing into Securitize, which is the tokenization infrastructure platform that helped BlackRock to launch their tokenized fund. So you see the investment capital coming in, the building, the expansion, the development. It's exciting. Final news item here, and this is an interesting one. Drink to Earn, a new sparkling water comes with an NFT and points. Now, I don't know if this specific project is going to be successful, but what I want you to take away from this is the idea. This is the future with tokenization and incentivization with tokens and NFTs and having it verifiable on the blockchain so you can't lose it. It's not like a token on a certain platform. And there will be interoperability where these tokens and NFTs will be able to use in the real world, but it's not there yet. The infrastructure is still being built. The bridges are still being built. So there's now a sparkling water that comes with an abstract NFT and points attached. Wrecked Brands, a crypto startup from the traders known on X as OSF and Wrecked Mando on social media, has launched a new drink. It's a sparkling water dubbed Abstract Apple. Like its name suggests, Abstract Apple offers rewards for the Ethereum Layer 2 chain Abstract. Each case of 24 cans grants the buyer Abstract XP and 25,000 Drank points, which is Rex rewards points, plus an Abstract NFT. Next week, case buyers can collect their Abstract NFTs. Each case costs $69.69 plus shipping and applicable tax, of course, and can be bought using crypto or fiat currencies. Whether this works out or not, the concept, everything on chain, we're incentivizing users. So think about the big brands and companies that want to be able to build more of a community and incentivize people to participate in that community and do different things because they're going to be rewarded. And that is the future we're headed to, folks, the token economy. So you're starting to see the early innings of these things. It's so amazing. I get so excited seeing the stuff like this because Web3 is about ownership. And this is going to take brand affinity and community and all these things to another level. And we're starting to see that with cryptocurrencies, right? Certain people who hold certain tokens are more bought into the token community, of course, right? Because there's a financial incentive. So think about that outside of just investing, but just if you're buying certain products and doing certain activities and using certain services, you are going to pick some of your favorite brands and get coins and NFTs and much more from them. It's amazing stuff. Folks, let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. Great way you can support me in the podcast is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. Link will be in the description. Also, check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. And my new course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that teaches you every aspect of crypto. Knowledge is power. You will hear directly from experts such as founders, CEOs, institutional investors, and they will be breaking down the different aspects of the crypto market to you. So once again, visit mycryptocourse.com to learn more. Thank you for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.